Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. For today, our topic is how to handle conflict professionally and personally. For those that don't know me, I'm Carl Pardo, co-founder of Serial Disruptors. So we are a sales and marketing consultancy group that helps company double, triple, or quadruple their revenue by intervening in their sales and marketing process. Topic is very close to me in the sense that it has created the results that I want in my life because it's very important to handle conflict well, especially that conflict cannot be avoided whether in your professional life or personal life. Whether you are fighting with your colleague, fighting with your wife, boyfriend or girlfriend, fighting with your parents, fighting with your sibling, how do we handle conflict well? To be honest, it will be a 2-hour video if you would discuss all the concepts, but I can give you 3 tips that will make you a better conflict resolution. Actually, I'll give you an extra tip as a bonus. The number 1 tip is kind of obvious if you want to be a better person in conflict resolution is take your time to calm yourself and lower your voice. The last thing that you want when you are arguing with a person, whether verbally, in person, online, through text, through call, is when you're already overcome with your emotions. So this is one of my biggest mistakes. I always felt that when there's conflict, it should be resolved as soon as possible. And the negative thing about that is that I don't have time to calm myself. And when you're not calm, you can't really give logical arguments, logical insights on how to progress the argument or how to win your point or how to get your point across when you're super angry or when you're seething with your rage. So find time, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or even 30 minutes to calm down yourself. In fact, one of the most effective lines I use in conflict resolution is that I'm really angry right now or I'm really unstable right now. Can you give me a few minutes to calm myself down rather than I say something that I will regret? And actually, most people, when you tell them this, they respect you more because you are being honest about your emotions rather than saying things that you will regret. Again, you can tell the person you're arguing with, please give me a few minutes to compose myself because I'm rather feeling irritated or angry. So be honest and be kind about your delivery with this request. Number 2 tip, when you're dealing with conflicts and arguments, whether it is professional or personal, is remind the person you're arguing with that the relationship is important to you. So I've used this line, whether professional or personal, when the argument is really heated, that I remind the other person that indeed I genuinely care about the relationship. That's why I'll tell him or her that I'll do my best to save or to maintain our friendship. So what this does is when you're telling the person that he or she is important to you, despite you guys arguing and disagreeing, it will put you both in a place where what you'll do instead of destroying each other is to maintain each other's friendship. So that's the second tip. Remind the other person you're talking to, whether it is the start of the argument, the middle of the argument, or the last part of the argument, this also works, that the relationship is important for you and you'd like for you both to work your bestest to maintain the friendship. Number 3, which is a kind of support for the first step, is that actively give the other person a space to reply and to think. Do not always demand an answer as soon as possible. Do not be so strict or stringent in your anger that you want everything to be resolved ASAP. Of course, this is contextual advice, but if you give the other person room to think about the argument, everything will work out better than you will argue at the heat of the moment. So most of the time, it will work if you tell the person, you know what, Joshua, you know what, Juan, let's talk about this again tomorrow when we've both cooled off, okay? So make sure that you give the other person space and you also negotiate when you will have to come up with a decision to resolve the disagreement. So be open to moving the date, be open to giving the person what he or she needs to be able to think better for you to draft a solution. And number 4 tip to be a better person in terms of conflict resolution, arguments, debates, even fights at the office or in the personal life is number 4, because this person is important to you, right? As per tip number 2, actively seek feedback with the person you've argued with. So I've also used this with my friends. I've also used this with my colleagues before, even my employees right now or my team members. I tell them, what is the feedback or what are the feedback that you can give me to be a better person in terms of argument? So one thing they've told me before is, Sir Carl, your voice is so loud when you're angry. So that's not a good thing, because you'll not be a good leader or a good person if you talk so loudly or you shout during an argument. So when you open yourself up to feedback, it also shares or it also communicates to the other person that you want to be better. The next time, you two will be in argument again. And that will not be avoided. As long as we live, we will have disagreements. And when you communicate that you're open for improvement and you are open for the opinion for you guys to argue better, it will make the relationship stronger, because you're saying that yes, we will argue, but we will draft a solution together. So those are the 4 tips I can give you to be better in arguments, conflict resolution, and in disagreements, whether it is in professional setting or in your personal life. Again, this topic is a lifelong learning for everyone, but what you do today will make you a better person, not just tomorrow, but in the present. Continue improving. See you in the next video. May God bless you, and may you be a blessing to others.